What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I just got an ingenious idea and I have to capitalize on it. And I haven't done any scripting, but I do want to talk to you guys about exactly what my process looks like when looking to buy a new long term stock. Now, this all comes from a random thought where I was like, hey, we sent out this stock called Irene a couple weeks ago. It was at $32. Let me check in on it. Well, I checked in on it. It's up about 50% since then, of course, up to around $55. But I still think that it is insanely cheap. So I wanted to take a look deeper into this company, seeing if it is a possible good long-term buy. I know that we alerted this stock back at $10.26. It ran over 500% all the way up to about $70. We ended up selling at about 65. So we made a great profit on it. And I wouldn't be opposed to putting a little bit of those profits back into this stock because I did buy this stock for a reason. I thought this was going to be a great long-term buy, and I still do believe that. Now, I do need to do more research on this company, and that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. I'm going to break down exactly how I look at the charts, what I see, where I think this company is going. Then we're going to jump over, take a look at the financials. We're going to talk about what those look like. Are they growing? What kind of rate are they growing at? What are they looking to do over the next couple of years? And what have they been doing to get to this point? So we have a lot to talk about in today's video. Now, I'm not going to waste any more time. As always, make sure you guys do drop a like, subscribe, turn on that post notification bell so you guys do not miss another video. And lastly, comment down below what you guys think of Irene. You guys can wait. You guys can see what I have to say before commenting, but please let me know what you guys think. I'd be really interested to hear from you guys. Now, the first thing that I do when looking to buy a brand new long-term stock is I use my old friend, my ancient old friend AI. Now, my AI's name is Claude. I'm sure a lot of you guys have a friend named Claude as well. And this is how simple it is to get just a rough idea of what you're looking at. I simply go in and I say, I'm looking to buy Irene, make me a standalone HTML file with everything I need to know about both bearish and bullish confluences for this company. I also want to know accurate financials and numbers as well as growth. Then I just say, make it detailed and interactive so we can have a little bit of fun, right? This is fun at the end of the day. And this is what we get, right? This is a great way to look at some actual financials, look at an actual company and get this accurate data as long as you script, prompt, and allow AI to do so, right? You need to make sure that the AI is actually pulling accurate data. So always check its sources. But we can see Irene right here is sitting at $50.64. We can also see that this company has had a 52-week range from $5 to over $76. And this year to date alone, they are up around 29%. So their market cap is sitting at about 20 billion, and their full year 2026 revenue was $184 million, which, yes, that is a large ratio between market cap and revenue. I plan to talk about that, and that is one of the bigger things that have held me back from taking a prior buy back when we were at around $40 a share. Now, their adjusted EBITDA is at 75.3 million, margin of around 41%, and that's really great. And we can see that analysts are targeting 45% to the upside, back to around $73 a share. Now, I have another massive point to make here with the usage of AI when doing research like this. Now, this right here is a bunch of jumbo mumbo. Okay, I can read the entire thing, or you can pause this video now to read it. No one knows what the hell that means. So I am going to take a screenshot of that. I'm going to go back over to Claude. I'm just going to say, explain this to me. I also do have a skill installed where it's going to give me a TLDR. That just means it's going to abbreviate it, tell me all the important notes in just one little sentence like this. So you can see the left chart shows you why the chart dipped. They're not losing customers or losing money on operations. They're rotating their power capacity from one business, Bitcoin mining, to a much higher margin business like AI GPU rentals. That is a huge thing that they are rotating to. And that is why I do like this company, because I am a big advocate for Nebius. We are up over 100% on Nebius. I need to look to take trims. And as I do look to make trims, I want to put them into a discounted company like Irene. So that is a huge buying factor for me right there. The May 7th earning report is the moment of truth for them. If AI cloud revenue jumps the right chart is curving back up and the bull thesis is intact. If it doesn't, the dip becomes a trend. So we could be in for a pretty interesting earnings. Basically what that meant is if earnings do beat, they are back on track. If they do miss, of course, they are going to continue down that possible slippery slope, which they have seen over the past full quarter. Now, with that past full quarter, I had done my research on that, and obviously that is them just making that switch from mainly Bitcoin mining over to that AI cloud compute. Now, that is going to be a massive factor for this company as long as they are able to capitalize on that, right? If they aren't able to capitalize on it, well, then it's not going to be very good. But with belief in this company and, of course, what we are about to learn here, hopefully we can see them continue on that track. Okay, so I just went through the rest of this. I spent like 15 minutes recording this video, and honestly, it was just way too long. So we're just going to speed through all of this. We have a bunch of bearish theses here. Now, at the end of the day, I'm not a huge fan of taking all of this for granted, right? This $6 billion dilution isn't a huge deal. They're going to have to do that if they're looking to expand into AI cloud. It's part of the game. You're going to have to make a choice like that. It's unfortunate, but it's just the way things go. Also, this Jim Chanos Chudney guy, who gives a shit what the hell he thinks, right? Bitcoin is a tail risk once again, but the company is going to be outperforming that and driving that percentage down year over year until it's nearly just a little coin in the back of their pocket. Now, with the financials, we've already talked about the financials. The growth is pretty good. You guys can pause it here and take a screenshot. Other than that, this is the big point that we're talking about here with the AI cloud acceleration. In 2026, quarter two, they're looking to do 17 million. Well, in quarter three, they're looking to do 55 million. And in quarter four, they're looking to do $160 million. Guys, this is 3 quarters away. 17 million to 160. That's almost a 10x in revenue just 3 quarters later. Now, obviously, we understand that seasonal revenue is a thing, right? But overall, this is a 10x in revenue. Also moving up, important catalyst. Most importantly, we do have that quarter two earnings release coming out on May 7th. We also do have the delivery of those Microsoft GPUs happening in quarter two to quarter four. And then at the end of the year, we do want to see that $3.4 billion AI cloud ARR target being hit. Now, we also do have our analyst consensus at around $73. 11 analysts rating a buy, 3 rating a hold, and 2 rating a sell. We also do have some pretty important questions here. Now, I'm not going to run through all of these, but I will open them all up for you guys. Most importantly that I do notice is this 31% dilution right here. So that dilution could actually be a bit of an issue. It definitely is going to be one that is going to make me have a little bit more questions. Now, other than that, I do really like the comparison here to CoreWeave and Nebius. Those are 2 companies that I hold and I really do like. So I'm very happy that they did compare it, because when I was looking to add Irene, I did want to see how it would pair with things like CoreWeave and Nebius. Also, we can see what this $50 price actually means. You can see a 26x on their projected 2026 end of year ARR target of 3.4 billion. Also a 61 forward PE, which sounds crazy, but really isn't that bad for these AI companies as they are continuing to grow. And then lastly, we can see other strategies on kind of how to enter if you are bullish. And with the final verdict coming in here, really just tells me to kind of size accordingly, and then kind of tells me a little bit more about what their CEO does and how he manages this company. So overall, this is a great graphic, and this is something that you guys can make in about 10 minutes with the most standard version of AI that you guys have, whether that is Claude, whether that is ChatGPT, whether that is Perplexity, whether that is Gemini. Use your resources, right? And now let's go ahead and jump over to the charts. All right, and taking a look at the chart here, you guys can see Irene is currently sitting at $50.64. Obviously, a really nice wedge right here back into the golden zone. As it does bounce out of the golden zone, you can see back to all-time highs at $77. That's a 52% gain. Up to that 0.5 extension at 113, that's going to be a gain of around 123%. And then to our final TP at 148, that's up about 195%. So still a lot of good profits left on the table for Irene. Overall, we'll have to do some more research on this company. I don't think that this is going to be a stock that I'm going to choose to buy into today, especially with the market at all-time highs. I would love to see a bounce, a dip back lower, and then possibly an entry under about $50, something below 45 or even possibly 40 if possible. So if we can get a pullback down into this golden zone, maybe creating a double bottom of some sort, maybe a even rounding type bottom where we could see something come in where we make some kind of cupping formation, that would be something where I would possibly looking to buy into, but I'm definitely not going to be taking a purchase until after that quarter 2 2026 earnings comes out, just because there is a little bit too much risk with us being at all-time highs and with obviously kind of their company being on stilts where they really do have to perform this quarter, or things could take a step back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that is all I have for you guys today. That was Irene and the exact process that I go through when picking long-term stocks. I really would suggest to use AI more in your investing. Make sure that the information is obviously accurate. Make sure that you are checking the sources. But at the end of the day, AI can be a massive help and a massive tool that you can use with investing. Other than that, make sure you guys do like and subscribe. Click on this video right here, and I will see y'all in the next video.